It is the year 2004. We're back in South Africa. We're back in Cape Town, back in that womb with the view. But it's a very different world out there. It's a push-button world, a computer world, a digital world, a very strange new world. And Nowell Fine is still there.
You must be little Nowell fish.
Where's Mommy? Daddy?
They've moved.
Where to?
Who knows? They waited till you went to school and moved away. No forwarding address.
Nimrod? Huh? Nimrod? Where are you? Oh, Nimrod, come to me. It was that silly, horrible old dream again, Nimrod. Anyway, at least now we know it'll never come true. There you are, nice and cozy in your new little bed. Now, you must be a good little, what are you? Damn, I haven't got my glasses here. Never mind, whatever you are, grow, you little bugger, grow. I do 1 kilometer in the morning and half a kilometer before the sun goes down. Now, actually, I'm very fit, but I need my exercise. It's true as God, there's no place to walk here. I mean, you can go down to the end of the pier, but that means nothing. So I love doing this. Very important to do this every day. Oh, no, man, I hate that damn thing. It always goes off just when I'm meditating or concentrating or reading a book or... That's better. No, my dear, this cost a fortune. R1 million I had to put down to get my name on the V&A list. And then, of course, the building took forever. But now, it's finished, and here I am, and I swear I love living in the docks. Oh, an added feature. Listen, listen. Isn't it outstanding? A cassette of ship's hooters. All the big ships in the world on cassette. Well, none of them come here. They're not mad. Well, except, of course, those tourist boats, you know, explore darkest Africa with an AK-47. They come here with Sten guns in their hair and some sort of satellite dish coming out of their camouflage hats, and they go in convoy from Cape Town across the Cape Flats, and they go to Stellenbosch to taste wine in the KWV underground cellars. I mean, tourists. Do me a favor. My sugar. I got an email from Lauren in Perth. You know, she and Valo, her husband, actually got together and the marriage started working again. And shame, then he was killed in this terrible bus runaway accident, eh? And now, of course, she's got a new man, another Indian. I swear to God, what's it with my daughter and Indians? Did I eat too much curry when I was pregnant with her? Oh, and Bernard's got a whole string of restaurants all over Australia and New Zealand, specializing in, my dear, South African food, whatever that might be. You know, babooti and potjie kos and pap and wors. You know, all the cuck we wouldn't be seen dead eating in the old days. Very successful. I still hear a lot from George. He's like a son to me. We talk on the email about Selwyn. Now, I saw a very nice program, documentary that Selwyn made some years ago. It was on our TV last week about saving the whales. No, honestly, I couldn't stand Australia. I swear to God. Oh, no, look, they're very nice, and everybody's very nice, and it's all so nice, but nice can also get in your nerves. And anyway, look at me. Hey, I'm an African. I should die in Australia, in exile, between all the Vietnamese and the Japanese. Oh. Oh, do you remember Dora, my domestic supervisor? She couldn't stand Australia. She stuck out in Perth like a sore black thumb. There was this Abo minister in love with her. I said to her, Dora, marry him. He's got a nice pension. She said she doesn't mix her genes with Abos. Oi, Dr. Verwoerd, are you listening? I don't want to fight with Dora. Anyway, my dear, Dora came back to South Africa and got involved with politics. And in the elections 3 months ago, Dora became the Deputy Minister of Culture in this new ANC-PAC coalition government. Can you believe it? My Dora in such a powerful position. God, what a story, eh? From maid to minister. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person who still can't spell the word catastrophe. No, it was Dora who pulled all the strings to get me this very nice place, you know, away from the snakes and the guns and the dogs and the fear. Otherwise, God knows where I would have ended up. My little fish. If you hadn't made so much noise, I might have got the big one. Oh, no, sis. Bring a Geiger counter. This is Snook Chernobyl. Oh, please. Oh, look at this fantastic wine that I got from Dora. She sent me 3 cases. She said it fell off the back of a truck. Typical of Dora to find the most expensive wine on the market lying next to the road, hey? Do you know, I never really knew much about wine. I mean, I pretended to. You know, what was fashionable was important, you know. What my friends said was important, except they didn't even know the difference. What a waste. I must say Herbert knew quite a lot about wine. Shame, poor old Herbert. Such a vain man, always determined to leave his impression behind, usually on the couch in his office. All those little blonde secretaries. Of course I knew. I employed them. They were no competition for me. And all my friends would come running to me and say, have you heard about Herbert's latest conquest? And I'd smile and I'd say, yes, darling. But at least I know where my husband is. Can you say the same about your faithful spouses, bitches? Isn't that what friends are for? Ah, shame. Old Herbert. Herbert taught me quite a lot without even knowing it, huh? He taught me how to pretend when things weren't going right. He taught me how to be satisfied with what wasn't actually a fantastic marriage. He taught me how to make things better just by believing. And they did get better. After all, our marriage wasn't too bad, you know, as marriages go, I suppose. Oh, Herbert wouldn't have gone for this little space. Oh, no. Herbert wanted his man's territory, his empire. Actually, I don't usually wallow in nostalgia like this, but today is something special. It's my wedding anniversary, 1974. Herbert Fine marries Nowell Fish. The Cape Times said it was the marriage of the decade. Even the burger said something nice. Remind me to show you my scrapbook. It does look nice, doesn't it? Now listen, I'm going to start with my hors d'oeuvre. It's a very special hors d'oeuvre. Something I found in Thailand. You put pawpaw into liqueur. It is too divine for words. I swear to God, outstanding. Do you know when they discovered the fax machine in the 80s, I thought we'd reached the pinnacle of civilization. Ah, this new millennium is absolutely fantastic, hey? It's an absolute nightmare of choices. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not a teenager. I would kill myself in the absolute horror of where to go and what to do. I mean, in my day, it was so simple. Huh? You succeed or you succeed. Either way, you never fail. Oh, no, Arabic. Oh, what does this mean, Arabic? Oh, wake me when it's over. Listen, the other day I pressed a button and I suddenly found myself logged into a sex channel. That's what they called it, sex. I'm sorry. Listen, I've got 3 children. I saw Lost Tango in Paris. Herbert was my husband. I knew about sex. And this, I didn't recognize anything. It was so impersonal. I mean, they looked like they were standing in a queue to the winter sale at Stunterford's. I bet you they didn't even know each other's names. Except I can't remember which button I pressed. Pity, hey? I was really learning something. Now I'm actually checking my email. My own personal electronic postman that does not demand a Christmas box. Huh? Oh no, my best friend Sylvia's got remarried. How many times must she learn the same lesson? Oh, and there's an email. It's for me from West Wallachia. Who's in West Wallachia? Where is West Wallachia? Oh, 2004. I always think that's an overdraft, not a date. Oi, 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 oi. Now, I was saying to the girl who came to do my hair this morning, I said, you know, as true's God, there must be 1 million of us white and other democratically disadvantaged people here in this waterfront ghetto, hey? The last resort. But nobody wants to stay long enough to switch off the harbour lights. No CNN cameras to record that non-event. Ach, no, sis. I've got lipstick on my teeth. Now, let me tell you, Dora is very optimistic about where Cape Town is going. I said, really, doll? Do we have a choice of toilets to go down? She probably knows much more than I do. Anyway, when you're in power like she is, and you've got to look after the lives of 60 million people. Oh. Do you remember when we were a country of 4 million people and 27 million blacks, eh? And that's still in my lifetime. Oh, can you believe it? Oh, wake me when it's over. No, Dora is definitely optimistic that we're going to get the Kailicha Olympics in 2008. Yeah, I said Mazel Tov, doll. Olympics 2008, bankruptcy 2009, Armageddon 2010. No, sis, I mustn't be negative. Do you know that's one thing I can keep in the forefront of my heart, and that's hope. I've always been a very optimistic white liberal. I expect the worst, hoping that the worst will never be as bad as I imagine. And look around. Everyone should be so lucky. Alhaza, Saibona, Comrade Van, Professor Akubudira. No, I'm fine. I'd love to go with you tonight. Oh, is it the African Renaissance retrospective? I'm crazy about stand-up comedy. I'll see you after 6. Yeah. Now, don't read something into this. Do me a favor. Okay, he asks me out, and I go. Sometimes it's to the symphony concert. Sometimes it's Shakespeare at the Hard Rock Cafe.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Ukuphila okanye ungaphili umbuzo lo. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Uba usokole kakhulu ungumuntu. Or to take arms against the sea of trouble. Okanye wena ukwazi ubona ingxaki zakho. And by opposing, end them. Kwazi ubona ingxaki zakho uziphelise. Nya!
My Nigerian with freckles noch. Oh, and then there's Yuri Bereshnikov from the Russian embassy, very big in the mafia. And this very nice gang leader, Sally Fortune, big in Mannenberg, said he would protect me when they want to kill all the Jews and the whites and whoever they want to kill. But most of my friends who haven't died in the meantime, they're all really living overseas. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, United States, UK, Europe. I tell you, we talk on the internet. I must say it's much better than having them to tea, because when they get on your nerves, you just switch off the email. Oh, here's my divine old piano. I swear to God, everybody should have a grand piano. I mean, where else can you put your framed photographs, eh? I had so many more. Me as a child, me with my brothers, me at school, me at UCT, me with my husband, my grandchildren, my friends, my neighbors, politicians and schmucks. But I got rid of them, man. Listen, memories don't mean anything in this new South Africa. Now we must look forward, because if we look back, you fall over a dead body and they steal your handbag. Nearly 4 o'clock. That's one thing I taught Dora. No African time. When I say 4 o'clock, I mean 4 o'clock. Oh, and look at this sweet old lady, hey? Do you know that she's been on my piano for nearly 20 years? Still don't have a clue who she is. You're driving a car I drove in the 70s. You're wearing the clothes I gave you in the 80s. Your hair's like mine was in the 90s. I swear to God, Dora, you're the negative to my positive. Listen, welcome to my humble abode. Woza, Sisi, woza.
Yes, no, fine.
Okay, let me pour the tea. You take yours white, I take mine black. Oh, by the way, Dora, I saw you on TV at that dinner for King Charles.
He was very charming.
Oh, but that Queen Camilla is no Diana, that's for sure.
I love your garden.
Oh, yes?
Who's your Nimrod?
Me.
You, working in the garden. Madam, please.
No, but a wonderful thing has happened to me, Dora. I've discovered I've got green fingers.
Oh, my God.
No, man, I'm serious. I find I can plant things and they grow, suddenly. They seem to like me. Even my plastic plant in the toilet seems to grow. I mean, that little tree, I planted that this morning. I swear to God, it's already grown a meter. And maybe in 20 years' time, I can sit under that tree.
In 20 years?
Or I can sit in my treehouse and watch the Khayelitsha Olympics.
Or you can hang yourself from the branches.
Who knows, even that? But at least I'll have choices. Dora, isn't that what we fought the struggle for? To have choices, democracy.
Don't hang yourself, madam. I'd rather we had tea here in 20 years.
It's a date. Oh, hang on. I want to give you something.
Madam, you must stop giving me presents. As a deputy minister, I must declare them all. Otherwise, they say I'm being bribed. All the Nimrods will be so proud.
Sit, look.
Your scrapbook.
I want you to have it. No, Dora, please, I insist. I demand.
Your scrapbook. Your life.
Our life, darling. I don't need a scrapbook to remind me. I've been, I've seen, I've even got the T-shirt. South African, come hell and or high water.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Nobantu,
Nowell.
L'chaim.
One night after the show in Johannesburg, a woman stopped me in the foyer
And said, Pieter-Dirk Uys, I don't know why you do that character, because I don't know anybody who talks like that, I swear to God.